one of the items is not correct. But I never shouted at her.
Okay.
And I definitely never raised my voice at her. I might have spoken to her the way I'm speaking to you now, which is probably not a very relaxed way, but I don't react generally. I don't think it is conducive to her development to always point out all the other people who have been involved in the mistake, rather than deal with a learning and development issue, which is learning how her role fits into the financial control framework and what she's meant to do.
Why do you think she does fudge it, as you said?
Well, I don't know. I think part of it is that she's not very good at what she does. Let's face that. And because she's not very good at what she does, she doesn't always understand what she's doing. So because she doesn't understand what she's doing, she takes other people's opinion, comments, or anything that they have done as the first authority over the process that she has been taught to follow. So, to give you an example, she was preparing an intercompany reconciliation. And there was an intercompany between Newline Canada and Newline Underwriting Management Limited. Newline Underwriting Management Limited is the company that employs all the people. When it recharges expenses, it's mostly salaries. It was 1 quarter's movement in intercompany, and there was an intercompany between NOML and Canada. When she prepared the commentary, she said, the intercompany between NOML and Canada represents NOML's recharge of salaries to Canada. Canada only has 1 employee. He's employed by Newline Canada. NOML doesn't recharge any salaries. Canada pays its salaries itself. Then she said that Kevin told her to say so. After speaking to Kevin, I found out that she asked him, what is this? And he said, salaries, probably. So she went, and instead of actually following the process of looking into what the balances were made up of, she took Kevin's salaries, I guess,
okay,
and wrote it down and presented it to me as her analysis of the balance. Her actual job is to take down the drill down of the transactions, to look at what they actually are, to identify any transactions that shouldn't be there, remove them, reverse them, correct them, and then take the rest of them as the correct intercompany balance to be settled. Her role isn't to go to other people and, for lack of a better word, and I don't mean this to be sarcastic when I say this, but to conduct a survey of what they think could be there and present it as her work.
And I asked her this. I said, why do you go to everybody else in the department when you could go to Simona?
Or do the work?
I think she's going to other people because she's not quite sure how to do the work, so she's trying to go to other sources to try and figure it out. So I said to her, why won't you go to Simona? And it is because she doesn't find you approachable.
Yeah, in terms of my comment in response to that is, first of all, with things like intercompany reconciliations, the example that I just gave, I would not be able to help her because I have never, during my entire history of employment at Newline, have done it myself. So I would struggle to recreate the process.
Right.
I cannot do that. The 2 people who can recreate the process because they have both done it as their day-to-day job are JP and Kevin. So the reason why she needs to go to them is if she doesn't know how to do the process, in which case they could show her which reports to run, which buttons to press,